there, I'm KingJGrim, or the guy who's trying to survive this horrid temperature we have here in Norway. Like, seriously, we have almost beaten our record we got back in the 70s. Whatever you prefer, and welcome to another GameDisc video, where I discuss everything to news in the industry, which I've actually never done before, to what I want to do today. Talk about some games that I sadly did not get to review, yet wish to criticize. The reason for this video, and that it's so late, is because I recorded some stuff my next in the mind of, but all of that footage got corrupted. Yay! So, let's jump straight into our first game, Agony. Yeah. If there is one game on this list that I truly am disappointed by, Agony is on top of it. What happened, MadMind Studio? Everything looked so perfect through the trailers and teasers that were shown to us, but what we got was so different from what was promised. Confusing level design, areas too dark to traverse, genuinely bad textures on some of the humanoid individuals, many of them sharing the same ugly face, the demon control powers got boring really quickly, the story was interesting at the beginning, yet the many endings were just meh. My biggest problem with Agony is that it controls bad, because as much as I enjoy the art style of the world, moving around it is anything but good. When you die, you become a spirit that can jump into another human or demon, but when you control a Uno Scalis or whatever, you gain more time with them by killing the people there, but you need the human to move on with the story, meaning that if you kill every individual you see to make sure that you can control the beasts for longer, it takes away your only means to advance the narrative. I don't really get what they were thinking when implementing that system, but it made me have to reload some checkpoints several times throughout my first playthrough. Not really anything standing out aside from some of the world design, the soundtrack is lacking, the voice acting is less than stellar, the animations are jittery, and the gameplay feels sluggish. I had high hopes for this game, but it ended up being a poor experience. Many people like to joke around that agony is what you feel when playing the game, and I can only agree on that. Though the design of the Hell Dwellers I like, so yay? The chance of me replaying Agony is pretty much non-existent, plus considering that during E3 Doom Eternal got announced, we will get a much more pleasant experience in Hell the next time rather than the Kickstarter one. So, moving onward with our list of unreviewed games, the next one is actually one that I really like. Mario Tennis Aces. Tennis is actually something I really like, true, the only game that I've played back in the days with this sport was Mario Tennis 64, but playing it in real life has always been entertaining. Though I'm not gonna lie and say that skill is there, it's just fun. So being able to return to the Mario Tennis franchise made me open my arms in anticipation for a great game, and it is just that. If you only look at the competitive side of it, it is severely lacking everywhere else. The mechanics are fantastic, many in the community straight up calling this a fighting game. Meter management, it is possible to destroy your enemy's racket, causing a KO in a tennis game. Several different types of shots, a super attack and more. Playing this online against other players is a blast and winning feels so satisfying. Yes, there are some characters that feel a bit overpowered, but Nintendo has been active in patching the game, so just taking all of this into account, it sounds as if this game is perfect for what it is. Though that is sadly not the case. The offline modes aren't that good, the story is really short, insanely so to be honest. There are tons of interesting stages, but when you play online you only get one court to play in, which also includes one single music track. Seriously, I want to rip out my ears every time I hear that stupid theme. They showed us different types of rackets in the story mode, giving me hope that we could have some customizing in the game. That is not the case. And the stuff in the story mode doesn't feel like they're even helping, even when showing that the stats are improving when leveling up. One would guess the best way to explain my disappointment for this game is that it seems like the developers put a wall between the content of the single player stuff and multiplayer. Why can't we play in the icy mountains without the stage hazards? Why can't we use different rackets without the stat changes? Why can't we have a playlist of songs for the freaking matches? I like this game, it has depth. Every match feels like a battle of skill, meaning that every time I lose, it's on me, not on the game. I still wish for more variety when it comes to the chords, the audio stuff and everything else. but when I look at it as a fighter, I love it. But I'm disappointed when it comes to everything else, so yeah, I do hope that they might fix that later. So next game on our list is actually the one I had the highest hopes for. Octopath Traveler. I think I'm the only one disliking it. Here's the thing. Visuals, A+. Audio, including voice acting and music, A+. Story, including pacing, characters, narrative, F it. I really dislike this part of the game. When I jump into an old school RPG, I want one thing above anything else. Characters. And why these guys start off great, I ended up not caring at all about them. Let me explain. There are almost no real overarching story here. Every individual that you play as has their own personal narrative, which is great to some extent, as it could give the player some amazing character development. But here's the thing. Outside from the finer details, every story is a copy from one another. These stories are split into chapters, and everyone's first one follows the same story beats. Introduce our hero, show us their one friend and some individuals from their past, something happens to get our character moving, jump into a dungeon, meet a boss, done with chapter 1. They are all like this, and after my third time doing it, I ended up skipping all the dialogue, as these people do not talk to each other. For comparison's sake, let's look at an old game that I love, Grandia 2. This game almost have the same problem. Go through a map, find a town, talk to the townspeople, something happens, go dungeon dwelling, find a boss, rinse and repeat. The difference here, however, is that the heroes of that game grows up and develops during the game. Talking, laughing, crying, etc. And there is an overarching story that brings them together. Take a guess how long it took before the group said one word to each other in Octopath Traveler. 8 hours? What the F? I know some people like to say that it'll get better when reaching the later chapters, as the first ones are all similar, but so are the second chapter. Heck, Therian's second one made me do the same stuff I did in the beginning. Even the second dungeon uses the same assets. I lost interest in this game really fast, and I hate that because I love the visuals. I adore the music. It is amazing, but these characters do nothing for me. I seem to be in the minority of people who do not enjoy this game, and that's fine. Though, I really wish that I loved it. I really do, but I don't. Characters and story I hold higher than anything else when it comes to RPGs, definitely if it's of the linear type, like this. So Octopath Traveler is probably the game that I want to love the most, but I just can't. So that's the list of games that I didn't get to review. The reasons for not making videos of these are many. I couldn't make Agony because it was during the E3 period, so I didn't, I just had to focus on that. Mario Tensei says I was working on my Nero video. And Octopath Traveler, I just couldn't even finish it. It was so aggravating to play through, which I know many fans will hate me for, but you know what? You enjoy it. Allow me to not enjoy it. I wish I could, but I don't. And then there's the fact that I had to get this video out really quickly because my footage for the character on my next big project got all corrupted, meaning that I have to replay several games. So I'm considering of just changing the character to just get a smaller one. Not so much to go through, but yeah, we'll see. But until then, I'm KingJGrim, or the guy who is repeating this dialogue from the beginning of the video. Whatever you prefer, and I'll see you guys next time. Seriously, you guys have no idea how hot it is. It's 32 degrees last time I checked, and I have this big ass lamp aiming right at me. Seriously, I'm not even...